Okay. I think everyone has basically completed the case study. Okay, can we have a volunteer from a group who wants to start first? Who wants to share their findings? Okay, alright. Jay is already volunteered. Okay, big round of applause to them. Okay, is there a bit of do you have anything to say with rather than having to thank you, sir? Kampala. Do you have anything to it? Do you have any taste? Or are we allowed to take it here? No, we are allowed to.
It's okay. They can stand.
Jay, do you want a microphone?
No.
No need, huh?
Do you want that?
Yeah. Put the tape lah. Put the tape. Just one, two enough. No need one.
Okay. Come, let's finish this.
Okay, everyone, let's hear what Jay wants to say.
So I think we'll discuss this, but so before we go into the questions.
I did freestanding. You can see that it's okay. You want to stand up?
So before we go into the questions, I just want to identify the PICs here because I think we have different terms, right? So the customer service of service executive here, we are assuming is PR. Okay. The academic support officer, we assume is the FP.
This is a real last question.
And the operation executive will be the SL. We are assuming it will be the SL. Okay, this is how we assume when we do these questions. Okay. So besides the delayed response, what leadership issue do we observe? I think the first one is we think there isn't a clear SOP on how to handle complaints or responses currently, because it's like ding, no bounce back, okay? And the second thing is I think from one person to the next person, there may be communication, but maybe what is communicated and the content of communication might be lacking. Like, okay, I've already told you this, then what's next? I think that part was not discussed probably, right? So that's why we put lack of communication. So how does this affect parents? I think first is from parents' point of view, when we do this, I think loss of trust, right? Parents, they lose of trust. Now, when they lose trust and they're not happy with us, what happens? It leads to negative word of mouth, correct? Right? From one parent to another parent, oh, this Kumon, this one. So, finally, in terms of KEM's reputation, I think it affects our brand image. It's very clear. That's how it affects, right? So, loss of trust, negative word of mouth, and our brand image is not known for the good reasons, probably. That's how it will be, okay? And I think the organization priority, I think we clarified, is of course the student and the parents itself, okay? So if you were the section leader, what we would do is that, first, I think the first thing you need to do is, I think that a section leader would do is acknowledge the mistake. I think that's the most important priority, instead of just, oh, it's not me, it was not given to me or what. I think once you acknowledge that and you try to resolve this, so the first thing is try to get more information from the members, what happened, which center, and everything. And then because we cannot directly go to parents yet, so we contact the instructor first to find out, because they're the franchisees, right? So once we find out what happened, get an idea from both sides, right? I think we should try to take the initiative to contact the parents to address the issue. Okay, for this, why I said we should do it, right? I just gave a very simple example. Let's say I am asking a request, or I'm telling, oh, Doro, this happened, right? But Doro's member is the one who get back to me. How would I feel? I put myself in that situation. I think we want the instructor, but this case has already came to KEM and it's already been ignored for a few times, right? So I think from that point of view, I think it will be right for us to address that issue. Okay? So question 5, how can we ensure stay aligned is that we create a standard operation procedure, SOP, that's needed for all this, for complaints especially, right? And question 6 is related to question 5. You create is not enough, you need to implement it, right? So it will reinforce the SOPs, and I think Kak Mashika brought up a very good point. She says, right, sometimes we resolve the issue, but where do we keep log of, okay, it is already resolved, right? We don't have that, right? So I think that's a good thing. So we reinforce and think of ways, how are we going to keep track, or is there a logbook, or something that we can create for them to keep track. So in the future, we know which issues are resolved and which is not. That's it. Thank you.
Big round of applause. Very good, huh? Any questions for this group? Any questions?
No questions. Very good. Thank you.
Don't worry. So, okay. If not, let's hear from another group. Yeah. Anyone else wants to share? Come. Okay. This group is ready to share. Yeah. Can. Where can we jump up?
You update your.
Sini. Okay.
Guys.
Where's the tick? Prepare the tick. The tick no need scissors. Kan di mana
So the division leader is handling others. Okay. So there is also no clear procedure to handle the parents' complaint, and also the communication is breakdown during the whole process. Alright. So number 2, to the parent, they already lost trust in Kumon, and they are also very fluctuated. For the franchisee, they already lost the parents, and also the reputation of the center is getting worse. Okay. So for Kumon, to tarnish the brand. Okay. So number 3, same to others team as well, is the customer satisfaction. Okay. So for number 4, actually we want to prioritize the parents. Alright. So what we want to do is we acknowledge their email first, then we investigate and we reply to the email. Alright. So number 5 again is the same. Communicate to align expectation and job dedication. And number 6 also prepare the SOP for the parents' complaint, and all departments also need to follow the same SOP.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Yeah, almost similar. Almost similar. Anyone else that a bit different from the others? Oh, very quickly say no because they do not want to present. They will just say it's the same. They will all say the same. Maybe something that something maybe additional.
Just a little bit only.
Okay.
The first part
Okay.
is the apa?
The what?
The leak of sensitive information.
The leak of
How do
sensitive.
they know the DL's email? And then the last part, I think we mentioned, of course, we have to reinforce the SOP. But I think the rest didn't really mention that you have to communicate between the department before you enforce. Otherwise,
Definitely.
even
Definitely.
you create it,
Yeah.
and you expect to enforce,
Yeah.
everybody doesn't know the update, then it won't.
Yeah. SOP of course. Yeah, you're right. A lot of times SOP is there, but nobody refers to it for whatever reason. Number 1, they don't know it's there. The worry is they don't even know there is an updated one. They know there's an old one. I mean, it happens in many organizations because you keep update it, but there is version 1, version 2, version 3. So which version is it? And also, is the SOP accessible? I mean, in the good old times, manual times, I still remember manual times. Sometimes you don't know which version really, because the SOP is not with everyone. But now, with all the soft copies, everything now, I mean, the company that like my previous company, they would have it in our own, they call it intranet system, internal, where you can access it. Yeah, but before, I mean, you also don't know which version, and maybe one person keep it, the other person don't have it, and some also do not even know it exists. Yeah, but and then not to mention the person who keep it then leave to another company, then somebody new come in, and you never say that there's an SOP. The problem with SOP is that it's there, but it's never been referred to for whatever reason. And the reason is either they don't know, or and sometimes also they do not want to know also. Sometimes they know, but they say, we do it this way. So that's the problem. Yeah? SOP is there for a reason. It's there, needs to be referred. How often do you revise your SOP? How often do you update it? Never. Yeah. But at least you have it lah, At least you have it lah. Dah tak ada pula. Do you have it or not? Now I'm worried. Now I'm worried. Do you have it or not? If you don't have it, better have it lah. Because this case study, it shows a classic case of maybe there's no case study lah. I mean there's no SOP lah. Because that's why they do not know how to respond. Yeah. So if this happens, whose responsibility? You see that everyone is like shifting one to another. Yeah. And of course, as a customer, you will get frustrated lah. Because as a customer, when they deal with KEM, do they need to know what is this internal department doing, that internal department doing? They don't want to know and they don't care, right? When I meet or if I call someone, I expect someone to resolve it. Yeah, you cannot say that, okay, this is finance area. I pass you to finance. Then the finance will say, this is sales area. Then you pass to sales. So, will you get frustrated if that happens?
Yes.
Yeah?
What you want?
What do you want? Okay, just like if we, again, I'm going to give government example. Yeah, you get the run around from one to another. Yeah, I wanted to see, and then this guy will say, okay, then they will say they will give you this number. And then when you call them, this is not me. Okay, I pass you to this number. And then you're given the run around. I mean, how would you feel? You feel frustrated, right? But as I said, government can do that lah. No choice. Right? No choice. Okay, but do they have a choice for your kind of business? They do, right? Because you have competitors, right? So put ourselves in their situation, put ourselves in their shoes. If you are the one who is enrolling your children to this franchisee and getting that kind of treatment, I'm trying to give them business, but you can't even answer a simple query from me. So how? I mean, what would that reflect? I mean, this could happen to my child as well. They would think it that way, right? And you have a child who needs attention, but at the end of the day, they are not being taught properly. I mean, if this is the kind of service where they can't even answer promptly to my query, and in fact, shifting from one another, who is responsible to answer this query, then they would lose confidence. Yeah, right? You mentioned that they would lose the confidence. Negative brand image, right? Of course, as I said earlier, word of mouth is very powerful. Yeah, but it goes both ways, right? And it goes to our advantage and it also goes to our disadvantage. So in this case, it goes to our disadvantage. Yeah, and they would say, don't go to this organization. There is a few more which have better service. Yeah, because at the end of the day, they value service, right? Service is very important to everyone. Okay, so if I look at it, besides the delayed response, what are the leadership issues do you observe? You can see the lack of alignment, right, between departments. The department is not so sure who is supposed to actually answer. Okay, in real life situation, in this kind of example, which department or unit in Kumon needs to answer? Ada tak? You have a clear one for that,
For example, my instructor kat some company, so DB will transfer to me.
Okay, you lah.
Billing to me, so
Okay.
we have these situations. Can you help to
Okay.
give the information to DD, then DD will respond to the parents.
Okay, so there will be one person who's leading rather than 2 or 3 persons leading. Because that is the best. That is the best practice, right? Not tomorrow someone else, the next day somebody else calling, and the best part is then he will ask back, hey, what actually is the issue? You know, I mean, you will get frustrated, right? Like, I thought I already told you, and then you have to repeat it back. You know, so one source of, in a way, spokesperson lah. But of course, the spokesperson might not have the answer, but he or she himself will investigate and find out the answer, and not to get the parents, hey, you call, you call A lah, you call B lah, you call C. I mean, you will get frustrated, right? If that is the case. Yeah. So one source of information. So in a way, it's like a client relationship.
Yes.
Job, is it? Maknanya only one person, or depends on which area we're talking about, which area, right? Because you're using the area, right? So KL 1, 2, 3, 4, like that one. If complaint come from KL 1, so the KL 1 team will respond. Yeah, that would be best lah. Because basic according to your area of responsibility lah, right? Yeah, cannot be one person answering for all areas. Better not lah, because let one person responsible for that area, so that he already create that relationship with that area. He knows the franchisee, you know, he knows them better. You know, at least you focus lah. Yeah, that would be the best practice. So basically, this case study by right should not happen here, right? I hope. Or has it ever happened? Then should not have happened lah. Yeah. I think it's a different organisation. Yeah, it's a different organisation.
Case study 2, 3, 4.
You know, but okay, that's good to hear that you already have that kind of. But I still didn't hear about the SOP. You say that you don't have SOP. Now I'm a bit confused. Do you have an SOP?
Depends on, because in the company we have many kinds of SOP and guidelines.
Okay.
I think in this kind of handling complaint, we do have a clear one.
Okay, so you do have SOP for complaint resolution. Yeah, I would call this complaint resolution. Yeah, so I'm sure complaint resolution. Then there should be SOP on how to what you call that, trying to find customers, whatever. I'm sure you have. Yeah, for whatever areas that you are responsible for. Yeah. So yeah, if this happens, definitely confidence you would lose. Even the franchisee would also have an issue with this, right? Yeah. But okay, for this case, the response they send an email to KEM or to the franchisee? What? Okay. But they can also send to franchisee, right?
Yes, by right.
By right, they can. By right, they can. But actually, what is the record? Of course, parents wouldn't know, right? But closer to them is actually franchisee. If you think about it, right? Because when they go, they don't go here, right? They go there, right? They will go to the branch, kan? So they would ask there first, or maybe this one is escalation, maybe. That one did not reply, then they would escalate. Yeah.
But usually
So far
ours
it
is
is
because our customer not happy with our franchisee.
Yeah,
That's why they
yeah.
direct
Okay.
our
When they are not happy, of course, they will go direct to you lah, kan?
I think it's in all business, not particularly us.
Of course.
Mainly these days they tend to go straight to the main point instead of going through the branches.
I know. Because they want a quick resolution.
Yes.
Because they know, normal, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we have issue with certain departments. Sometimes we like to go to the big boss first. Nak cepat resolve, right? Yeah. So it's always the case, you know. So they say they know that they have a head office. Why not I just go direct to the head office to get a quick resolution? Yeah. Or maybe they are already frustrated with the franchisee, so the only way to address this is going to you all. Okay, so when they have an issue and they address it to all of you, then you will have to take action, right? And then you have to take action. Basically, this is where, as the section leader, what would be your top 3 priorities today? Yeah, of course, you have to resolve the issue immediately, and then not just resolve, you need to communicate what has been resolved. Yeah, so that the closure is there. Yeah, there is a complaint, there must be a closure. Okay, and at the end of the day, need to tighten up, clarify the ownership and coordination between departments. Yeah, please, macam you did mention that As far as Kumon is concerned, you already have that in place. Yeah. In this case, apparently they do not. Okay. All right. How can leaders ensure different departments stay aligned? Of course, establish one shared outcome. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, whatever we do, we share the win and we also share the lose, right? We win together, we lose together. Yeah. But of course, we want to win. All right. Clarify roles and responsibilities. Yeah. Ensure everyone is clear. What are they expected to do? Yeah, of course. Do you hold regular alignment meetings? You have all your progress meetings. Yeah, I'm sure you do, right? Yeah. How often do you do that? Monthly, weekly?
Like session leader, monthly.
Monthly, yeah.
Some also twice.
Twice a month.
Twice
Yeah.
a month.
Why we need that? Because of alignment, right? At the end of the day, we want everyone to be on the same page, right? We want everyone to be on track. Yeah. So we need that. Yeah. And of course, even though you have departments, you need to have cross-functional collaboration, right? Yeah. You cannot think in silo. You cannot say, this is only your issue. I do not have to be, because at times you need to be together to solve a certain issue. Yeah. And at the end of the day, must be clear. You need to confirm the next steps, right? When we have issues, who is responsible to answer for this? Yeah, what do we need to do next? Just like this case, okay, now we update our SOP, and after we update, make sure we reinforce and we communicate. And I like that you mentioned that you log all your complaints. Do you do that? You log all your complaints? Or you try it? But at least, yeah, I mean, it's good lah. At least you have something that you can refer back, yeah, like a lesson learned, yeah, lesson learned, like a postmortem, This has happened before, and maybe you can do a sharing with everyone. This has happened before, and this is how we respond to it. How do we resolve it? How do we respond? So it's like a sharing of best practices. Yeah, do you do that? I mean, you should do that, yeah, because this is a sharing of best practices. How do you handle this kind of situation? All right. Long-term improvements, of course, clear escalation process. You need service level agreements. Yeah, you understand what SLA? Yeah, how fast can you respond? If you need to respond within 3 days, put that in. Okay. Ensure there is a single owner for customer issue. I think you have that single owner. You are the person to respond, not so many owners. Yeah, people get confused. Regular cross-functional reviews. Yeah, I mean, all departments needs to be aligned, and at the end of the day, improve communication protocols. Okay, so basically, the key learning in this, in this case study is that parents would experience one Kumon, right? Alright? Not multiple departments. At the end of the day, they only deal with Kumon. They do not deal with finance, they do not deal with customer service, they do not deal with HR. As far as they are concerned, I'm just dealing with the organization. So if I have a complaint, I expect Kumon to resolve it. I don't care who in Kumon who's going to resolve it, as long as somebody resolve it. Yeah, that is the most important thing. Just like us as a customer, if we deal with any organization, we just need someone to deal with it. Just like we order Shopee. Shopping, I'm sure all the ladies here are very good in ordering shopping. My wife definitely do. TikTok lah, Shopee lah. Nowadays there's so many. Apa lagi? TikTok, Shopee, Lazada. Oh, got so many, right? I tell you, people who, tekan the loceng at my house so many times. My wife is a housewife, but sometimes I wonder whether she works with Shopee. Yeah, she works with TikTok. I think she works with so many organizations. Because I can see a lot of hustles at my gate. Yeah, so same, right? If you order something, if Shopee delivers late, yeah, we complain, right? And then we just need somebody to resolve it. Yeah, so we go to customer service. Alright? So, I mean, whoever is wrong, is it the warehouse or is it the delivery partner? We don't care, right? Do we care who's at the wrong? I just want my item, delivered by the date that I want. I don't care. Is it the seller? Is it the warehouse? Is it the delivery partner? Do you care? You don't, right? So same here. Okay. So as far as parents, students are concerned, somebody needs to address their issues. Okay. So far, any questions so far? Others want to share as well, or is it almost similar? Almost similar. Almost similar. You add in the two things. Anyone else from other tables? Anything that you want to add in? But don't worry, everyone will get a chance to present. So those who has presented case study 1 will be exempted for case study 2. So every table will have an opportunity to present. All right. Anything extra or anything you want to add? Anything special from this group? Anything different? Similar, almost similar. Okay. Just get ready for case study 2 then. Okay. This group, anything that you want to add? Similar? So fast? No. So fast? No. Everything same. No need. Don't worry. You still have case study 2 and 3 and 4. Everyone will have a chance to present. Okay. Apart from that, any questions? Okay. So far so good, I mean, the case studies is not going to be that difficult. You can relate to the case studies. But at the end of the day, it all relates to the program that we are undertaking. Lunch should be at 1, 12:45. How do you want this?
Can stop for lunch now also can.
So can, tapi nak semayang Zuhur.
Then we come back at 1:45.
We come back at 1:45.
Agree.
Can? Agree. Wah, so fast ah. Agree je. So fast ah, agree. Okay lah. SOP very good. SOP very good. All follow. Okay lah. Let's have a break for lunch. I'll see you all at 12:45.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Thank you. Have a good lunch. What did I say? I said 12:45. Sorry. 1:45. Wow. So fast. I wrong. 12:45. 1:45. Sorry. 1:45. Okay. See you all later. Thank you very much. Tak apa. Saya tak je dekat meja, tak apa nanti saya. Just put it dekat. Kalau collect it. Oh, tapi best lah orang. Shopping complex sebelah je. Tak kan? Oh ya. Duit baju sikit. Apa kan lubang kan? Where do you all take lunch normally? Go to the Braga lunch. Tak tahu lah. Ini kaki-kiri ada tak? Oh, kaki-kiri ada juga. Tapi dah boring lah. Nak try yang lain lah. Kalau sampai komplek mahal lah sikit kan? Cheap motion lah sikit. Minta bos bayar agreement lebih sikit lah. Bos dah lari.